Yo, what's up guys? I'm Justin and this is Big Code Hours. So, first of all, what is Xampp? So, yeah, it has an X, but it's called Xampp. So, if you got to this video, um, you might have been following another tutorial that told you to install it, or you just looked up kind of like database PHP tools. So, let me just explain a little bit about what Xampp is, just so you understand kind of like what you're doing, right? So, when we're installing Xampp, what we're actually doing is we're installing a tool that will install a server for us. So we'll be able to run PHP, run MySQL. There's some other things it has as well, but mainly PHP and MySQL is what you're using it for. So PHP, right, is how we communicate from our web page to the server, and then MySQL is how we, or server or database, right? And then MySQL is how we um, interact with the database. So essentially, Xampp is a tool that is going to allow you to access both of those things. So if you want to run PHP files, right, it's not going to work unless you have some sort of server that has something called Apache on it. That way you can run PHP through there. So this isn't going to be a super long video. I'm just going to kind of go through the installation process with you. That way it makes sense. I want it to be easy for you guys. So I already have this kind of like up here. So if you want to go ahead and just type in like Xampp download, this is how you spell it, Xampp download. Once you get there, there should be a link here, right here, apachefriends.org. Definitely go to this spot to install it. So it's really simple. I mean, it has Windows, Linux, Mac, so whatever you're on, I would just suggest to you to go ahead and install the newest version. As you can see, essentially it's just different versions of PHP. If you don't know which version to install, install the newest one. If you're maybe more experienced and you know you need a specific version, install a later one. But go ahead and just install the newest version. I'm on Windows, so I'm just going to download the Windows file here. Well, it should download automatically. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I don't know why it took so long to do that, but yeah, it says file can harm your computer. That's just because it downloads it as an exe, so you don't really have to actually worry about that. So, depending on how long this takes, I might cut the video. If it's not too long, then I'll just let it go. So you can see it's installing. Probably installed software before, so it's just going to come up down here if you're on Chrome. You can wait till it goes through, till it finishes. Alrighty. So it finished installing, so we'll go ahead and click on it. That will go ahead and open up the program here. Okay, so that's it. Let me get out of this. Okay, so this is your setup, right? I mean, it's pretty simple. Right here, it's going to show you all the stuff that it's going to install. If you're only wanting PHP and MySQL, I wouldn't necessarily suggest to have these other things checked, like Tomcat and Mercury and FileZilla and Perl. Again, if you just want to go for it, it's whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. But if you don't need them, then they really don't need to be checked. This is just the stuff that it's going to install. But you definitely want MySQL, PHP, MyAdmin to be installing on your machine. So we'll go to next. This will select the folder for it. Go to next. Yeah, so mine's telling me my folder's not empty. That's because I already have Xampp installed. I guess I could have uninstalled it before this video, but I didn't. So the rest of the process should be easy. I think it'll just install it from there. It'll probably take some time on your end to go through. I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. Since I already have it installed, I can just show it to you guys. So you can pause it if you want, and once your video finishes, or once your Xampp installation finishes installing, then you can go ahead and resume. Okay, so guys, once it finishes installing, it might pop up. I think it pops up like a web page or something like that. Maybe you can X out of that or do whatever. In order to open up your Xampp control panel, you can just type Xampp here like I did, it'll probably pop up just right there. You can go ahead and open it. So for you guys, it probably will have these X'd out. If it doesn't have check marks here, then you need to click right here. If it has an X here, it's probably because it's not installed yet on your machine. So if there's an X there or there's just no check mark there, go ahead and click on this spot right here. It will install Apache, and go ahead and click right here and it'll install my MySQL. As you can see, I don't have the option to install FileZilla, Mercury, or Tomcat because whenever I did install this, I didn't select those in the beginning. So yeah, so once those get installed and those are good, they should have green check marks by them. What you can do is you can actually click start on them and see it'll start Apache for you. It shows the ports, and then you can start MySQL, and that will start running that as well. So again, MySQL is how you access a database, and what this does essentially installs a local server, a local database, right? So if you want to get to that, you just go to local. You just go to localhost. Oh, well, I have something, I guess, running. Yeah, I forgot. I actually have something running on my local host, so it's gonna take us there. But yours will say something else. But if you go to, oops, you just go through here. If you want to go to like the admin for MySQL, again, if you went to your local host, it would probably show a different page. It would show the default page. I had something running for like a different video, so it showed that because it was running on off of the Apache server. So you can also click right here to get to the admin for both of them. So for MySQL, I'm just going to click admin. I'm pretty sure that's what I typed into the URL, but for some reason that just did a Google search and not what we wanted. So I probably spelled it wrong. Who knows? Yeah, essentially this is PHPMyAdmin. It's your SQL database. As you can see, I actually created a database I'll probably be using in a future video possibly. And yeah, I mean, I won't go through too much with the database. That can be something else. But essentially, Xampp allows you to access things like this, right? This is your table. So these are your different databases. PHPMyAdmin. You can. I think I made this one. I think a lot of these are just made by default. But essentially, you can make your columns and your rows, all that cool stuff. You can delete, edit. You can access the SQL through right here. A lot of things you can do. But yeah, essentially that's. I'm not going to go too into detail. That can be a different video or something. But for now, I just want to show you how to install Xampp and hopefully make the process a little bit easier. And one more thing actually on that might be helpful for you guys. I feel like people don't always show this and it's confusing. I'm going to have to try to find it, but in order for your files to work on Xampp, you have to go into, oh actually, you know what, it might be, is it here? No, that's not it. I want to show you guys where I'll open the file location so that you guys can see something here. Okay, so yeah, you would have thought I would have been faster at finding this. For some reason, I couldn't. It might have even been there. I might have just missed it. But just go to your C drive and then go to your Xampp folder. So just C:/Xampp and your htdocs. So this htdocs folder. This is where you will put your index.html or whatever type of file. Probably so I have an index.php in here. Whatever file you're wanting to actually be like ran on Xampp. So whenever you do Xampp and you're wondering why in the world is my PHP still not working, it's because it has to be in this htdocs folder. So that's why it's not working. There is a specific file that, let's see if it's this. No, I don't think it's that. There's a specific file that actually like allows you to change that. I don't necessarily remember where that is, but again, that can be in a different video or something. But I just want to show you guys to run your first file. you'll want to put it in the htdocs folder in the Xampp folder. So this is the path to it right here. If you don't put it in there, it won't work unless you change the configuration file. So just so you know, because the first time I did this, I couldn't figure out why my PHP wasn't working, and it's because it was not in this folder. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I just starting out, so I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe and a comment too if there's something a different video that you want. If you want more explanation on Xampp or on any type of development, I do full stack, so any type of web development, any type of programming, any just like fun ideas or projects you guys want to see me do, like I'm all ears. I'm all for it. So I appreciate if you stuck around this long, and thank you guys so much. Have a great day.